Jay, you're a piece of shit. A piece of shit. Oh, Jay, you suck.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Talking to Myself. I'm your host, Jake Letizia, and this is episode 20. Oh, dude, we made it to fucking 20. Double digits, my man. Deuce double digits. The big 2-0. Wow, dude. I can't believe we made it here. It's fucking 20 weeks of me talking aimlessly to a camera for an hour and you guys listening and hopefully getting at the very least some entertainment out of it. Getting insights into my insane mind and going, holy shit, this guy is a fucking weirdo, but I kind of like it. Hopefully that's your reaction to it. Or your reaction might be, oh shit, this guy actually sucks. I think he fucking sucks. Which is fine. Some people have that reaction to me. And that's okay. Some people don't like you. If I ever do merch for this podcast, I guess that's got to be a shirt. Some people don't like you. And that's fine. You got to embrace that. You got to embrace the fact that, probably most people aren't going to like you. If you get shown to a million people, there's probably 100,000 that are going to like genuinely love you. Then another 300,000 will be indifferent. And then the other 600,000 probably fucking don't want to hear you again and think you're annoying. But that's just how it goes, you know? Especially if you're like, oh, check out this guy. He talks for an hour to a camera. I just imagine people who don't. I posted a clip, right, on Facebook. By the way, this is what I do for this podcast if it's your first time here. I just talk nonsense to a camera for a while, and hopefully you laugh a bit. If you don't, my bad. But anyway, I posted a clip a while back on my Facebook. On one of the podcasts, I talked about anti-vax and how I think anti-vaccination is really stupid. If you're doing it just because you're afraid of your kid having autism. I've talked about this already. If you haven't heard that podcast, go back to it. I forget what number it was. Maybe like 2 or 3 or something, or I don't know. But anyway, I thought the clip was pretty funny. Basically what I said was, hey, if your kid needs vaccinations, you should get him its vaccinations, and I'd rather have a kid alive with autism than a kid who's dead because I was too afraid that he would have autism. Your kid's not a bad kid if he has autism. It's just, be a better parent. Try harder and you'll have a happy life with your child. Which, I'm joking around. I say things hyperbolically on this podcast because that's what comedy is. You say things exaggerated and hopefully people realize it's silly. And I thought, you know what? This is funny. I'm obviously joking. This is a comedy podcast. And I posted that clip to Facebook and then I boosted it. So I was practicing on what I was just talking about of forcing myself into people's Facebook feeds. See, that's the thing about doing ads for stuff is that you are boosting a post or doing a sponsored Instagram post or whatever the fuck is that you force yourself into someone's life, And on Facebook, the algorithm benefits conflict. So they purposely put my video, I think, into pro-vaccinated people's or anti-vax people's news feeds because I got a lot of just either people straight up being racist or offensive or people just getting angry at me for even bringing up the subject. I mean, one person, their comment was, actually, I might pull it up. Here, let me pull it up. Oh, man. It's funny, too, because these are my first comments on the podcast. So my first, aside from the reviews, which are very lovely reviews, by the way, thank you so much for the people who reviewed the podcast. While I'm trying to bring this up, this is a good time to tell you guys that you can always rate and review the podcast. I very much appreciate it, and it would be awesome. It helps a lot to rate and review the podcast. I'm just killing time right now when my fucking computer loads. And my internet's really slow. And now there's going to be a lot of dead air. And now there's going to be a lot of dead air where I'm just trying to figure out how the fuck to get to Facebook. Am I going to have to paraphrase these people's comments because I can't get to the exact link? Maybe. Am I getting fucking annoyed as shit right now? Yep. Also, another quick note, I guess, is you'll notice that the camera right now looks a little different. It's because I had to use a different camera this week because I couldn't get a hold of the other camera that I use because I borrow it from a friend of mine, and they had to go away. So I'm a little annoyed that I got to use this POS camera, but it is what it is, my guys, and this is the podcast, and that will be something I don't have to worry about in about a week or two because then I'm buying my own camera, motherfuckers. So you'll always have a perfectly pristine podcast where you can see my goddamn face every week. Okay. All right, here I'm on Facebook on my phone now. Let me go to my page. By the way, Jake Letizia on Facebook. You can like the page. And you can go and see these comments, I guess. Here we go. Let me get to it. So annoying. You guys are like, what the fuck? Why aren't you just doing the podcast? We don't want to hear you looking up a Facebook fucking message. Should have had this prepared at the beginning of the podcast, but I didn't. Giving you Anti-Vax. Here we go. Oh, shit. It's playing. Okay, so here are the comments. Okay. So I got 5 comments on this. About 700 people saw it because I boosted the fucking thing. Or close to 800 people. It would have been a couple thousand, but I was like, you know what? Let me cut this ad off because people aren't responding to it the way I anticipated. So this is the first comment I got. We all had measles. Because the clip said since there was a measles outbreak in Brooklyn, pretty close to home, I was like, you know what? I'll talk about anti-vax stuff. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'll say a little, I'll be a little hyperbolic. It'll be fun. I'll be a little crazy with it. So the first comment was, we all had measles. Okay. Yeah, I know. All right. Yeah, we all had measles back in the day, and then we made a vaccine for it, right? I don't know. I don't know too much about science. I'm not a scientist. I'm just a comedian saying dumb shit. Anyway, then the same guy commented again, the vaccines mutate them. So it's saying that we all have measles and the vaccines mutate them so that we don't spread it. Okay, you get my point though, man. You get what I'm saying, right? I didn't have a problem with those comments. It was fine. But then I get this comment. And this comment, to be honest with you, made my fucking day. And also these comments were like, were very like, I think the people who shared it knew I was fucking around. I hope they didn't think I was genuinely being like, fuck anti-vax people. This isn't a news podcast, man. This is me pontificating like a fucking lunatic and hopefully making you laugh. That's it. It's not. I'm not giving viable information. I'm not giving arguments to be dispersed to the world. I'm not doing that, dude. If that's what you're looking for, this isn't the podcast, okay? All right? This isn't CNN. This isn't any sort of fucking... This isn't Ben Shapiro, and this isn't the Young Turks, dude. I'm not out here giving you divisive political opinions. I'm fucking around and telling jokes. So anyway, this was a comment. It starts with, "This guy sucks." Talking about something he doesn't know anything about. Yes, dude. Yeah. See, this is why the clip didn't. I should have played the song of the podcast in the clip, because the song says, "Jake, you're an idiot. Jake, you're a piece of shit. Jake, you suck." Yeah, dude, I'm uninformed a lot of the time. There's a couple of things I know a lot about and a lot of things I know nothing about. Again, not his fault, because he doesn't know this, because in the ad it just said, "Hey, I figured I'd talk about this." And he doesn't, I mean, it does say it's from a comedy page, but at the same time, I don't know. Maybe he thought I was trying to preach to people? I don't know. Anyway, this guy sucks, talking about something he doesn't know anything about. And on top of it, is very judgmental about people's beliefs. Just do your homework. Research it. If you don't know why, or if you don't know why with an exclamation point, the problem isn't the vaccines, it's when they administer them. It just takes a few hours to open your Google pages on your phone and read up. You didn't have to say pages. You could just say open Google. I mean, I've never heard someone call it Google pages before. It's a little unnerving that he said that. I don't understand why he said that. So many people talk crap because they are scared. I watched this video. So many people talk crap because they are scared, period. I watched this video. So he's telling me he watched the entire thing. And then researched the topic for about 2 hours and found some pretty interesting things. Do your homework, people. Judge for yourself. Don't let anyone tell you what to believe. Obviously, this guy did not know it was a comedy podcast, because I watched this video and then researched the topic for about 2 hours. I killed 2 hours of this person's life. I wasted 2 hours of this human being's life because he got so mad that I was making fun of anti-vax people that he thought I was serious enough to research it for 2 hours and then comment a rebuttal saying I suck. Dude, I apologize. Dude, I mean, I'm a little flattered that I got that much of a reaction out of a stranger, but at the same time, don't do 2 hours of research based on anything I say. That's too much effort on my behalf. What are you doing, dude? And research what? I was just saying, if your kid has autism, be a better parent. What a weird fucking... Okay, and then this other person, where's the other comment? No, why is it most relevant? I don't want to see most relevant comments. This other person said, I'll paraphrase, but I remember the comment. The comment was something like, don't... It was like, you should get your kids vaccinated. You should. But you should at least wait till they're 2 years old so that they can react to you and tell you what they're thinking. What? You should wait till your kid's 2 years old to find out if he wants a vaccine or not? Hey, kids don't develop memories till they're 3 years old. Hey, wait till the kid's at least a year before he actually remembers anything, and then ask him if he wants to get vaccinated so they can grow up and not get vaccinated, and the parent can be like, "Oh, no, we asked you when you were 2, remember?" And he goes, "No, I physically can't. It's physically impossible for me to remember that conversation." What the fuck? I don't know if hopefully it was a typo and he was saying at least wait till he's 3. Hey, guess what? Even if you're 3 and you can remember, you have the ability to start remembering things, 3's too young to be asked, "Hey kid, do you want a vaccine?" The kid can't even fucking pronounce the word. I think if you are asking somebody if they want to get some sort of thing, or if you're leaving the decision up to a child of 3 whether or not he can get a vaccine, you should at least make sure that he can pronounce the word vaccine correctly and also tell you what the definition of it is, because I'm sure he's not going to retain what the fuck a vaccine is. I don't want the vaccine. Wow. You have really good command of the English language for 3 years old. I don't want the vaccine. No, it's vaccine. You have to say vaccine 3 times in a row. That way, I cannot give them to you, all right? Say it 3 times. I don't want a vaccine. I don't want a vaccine. There you go. There you go. That's 1. You got to do 3 in a row. Jimmy, one more, and then 1 more, okay? Ready? Say it again. I don't want a vaccine. No, not a vagina. What's a vagina? I don't want a vagina. You can say vagina, but you can't say vaccine. What the vagina? I don't want the vaccine. Dude, just say it 3 fucking times, Jimmy, and then we don't have to get you vaccines, and then you won't have autism. And then if you don't have autism, I don't have to deal with the fucking hard life, dude. Listen, I'm just going back to the same joke I did on the other podcast. I just think that if you're that worried about your kid having autism, you're probably a shitty parent. You probably just shouldn't have kids, okay? If you're going into having a kid, there might be hiccups. Your kid might have autism, your kid might have Down syndrome, like things might happen to your child. Guess what? If something happens to your child and he's born a different way, love your kid, okay? Love your child. And that I don't even think can you argue that? A lot of these parents are like, well, I don't want to get my kid vaccine because what if it's harder to parent him because he gets some like an autism from a vaccine? Well, then be a good parent, you fuck. I don't know. I'm treading over the same subject that I said before. But anyway, so this kid said, or this guy, whatever, his name's Mark Irish. Fuck him. He said, at least wait till your kid's 2 years old. And then figure it out. And then find out. See how they're reacting to things. By the way, this guy's a douche. Referring to me. Which could be true, man. That's your opinion. I'm a douche in your heart. And that's okay. I don't agree with your medical assessment of waiting till your kid's 2 years old to ask him if he can have the procedure of a word he can't pronounce. But, you know, to each his own. You're allowed to have a kid, man, and you're allowed to do what you want, I guess. You're allowed to do what you want. Hey, man, I just hope that if your kid doesn't come out the way you want him to, that you still love him. I hope you're not a piece of shit where you're going to be like, oh, fuck, this guy. Dude, I had a friend. Did I say this on the last podcast? I was talking to a couple of friends of mine, and they were no joke. My friend said this, but I think he was serious. He said jokingly, like, to be honest with you, I think you should be able to get an abortion up till, or not an abortion. I think you should be able to kill the kid up until he's 3. And he was kidding, but at the same time, I was like, dude, I feel like you're being a little serious right now. And he laughed and was like, and shrugged like, maybe. I don't know, man. That's like Spartan times. What are you going to do? It comes out and you're like, oh, there's a dent in it, and throw it off a cliff like they fucking did in 300? Don't do that, dude. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. I think that's a little too much. I don't know. Now the show's getting political. See, this is why I don't like talking about these topics, because then things get political and people get angry and it's all good. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't think you should be able to throw a baby off a cliff when he's 2. That's all I'm saying. I believe in the right to choose, and I believe in being able to get an abortion. But if you're saying we should kill a baby right before it's 3, I think at least a year out, you should be able to have the right to live forever. Or live as long as you can be alive. Okay? I think once you're at least a year old, you should be able to live life without interference. Without someone directly trying to take it from you, okay? I just think, I mean, that might be against popular opinion, but I think that if your parents give you a name and cradle you for more than a few months, I think that they shouldn't then be able to just throw you into a wall. I don't know. I'm against that. I'm against throwing your baby into a wall. I know it's very controversial stuff. You know what? I should ask the baby first if I can throw him into a wall, right? I should ask the baby first. Hey, are you cool with this? Hey, 2-year-old baby, can I throw you into a wall? Yeah, throw me into a wall. Okay. I mean, the baby said so. I don't think the baby really knows what that means. No, the baby knows. Listen, this baby has been alive 2 years. It knows what I mean when I say I'm going to throw it into the wall. Can I throw you into the wall, Jimmy? You throw me to the wall. Okay, Jimmy. Oh man, this is a fucked up beginning. Anyway, thank you, Nick Aragorn and Mark Irish for your input. I appreciate it. If anyone else wants to make comments on the podcast, feel free. I actually really enjoyed reading those. And to be honest with you, I made a YouTube banner. If you're watching this on YouTube, and on the YouTube banner, it's got my face. It's got talking to myself on the left side, and on the right, it's got both these guys' beautiful quotes. It's got this guy sucks and that guy was a douche. I just want people to know that when they listen to this, like, you don't have to like me. You don't have to listen to this. Like, you can leave, man. You can switch it off. And also, my opinions only matter if you think they do. I feel like people don't understand that on a person's opinion matters as long as you make it matter. You know what I'm saying? If nobody listens to this podcast, which nobody really does yet, I mean, some people do, and I appreciate the fuck out of you guys, and I want to grow this bigger, but if nobody ever listens to this thing, then I'm just some guy talking to a camera. Also, even if this thing got huge, right? I'm going to say it right now. Even if this thing got huge, my opinion really still doesn't matter that much, dude. It doesn't matter. It matters if you agree with me or if you disagree with me and you want to have a conversation. But if you just go, fuck that guy, I don't like him, I never want to speak to him, we'll never speak. That's your right, dude. You don't ever have to listen to me. You don't. Okay? I'm allowed to say shit, but you don't have to listen to it if you don't want to. And that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of social discourse. As long as we still have it, you know? I hope we have it forever. People, the ability to argue. I just want the right to argue with somebody, you know? To argue with someone without throwing fists. That's all I want. That's what I want the ability to do. Anyway, that was a lot of talk about people reacting to my anti-vax clip. Anyway, go back and listen to that episode. It's a pretty good episode. I like it a lot. And I think that you should take care of your kids. You should love your kid if you're deciding to have a child. I think that's very respectable. I think you should, do the proper precautions, make sure you're healthy, make sure you're ready, and I don't know. I don't fucking listen to me. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. If you're pregnant right now or if you have a child, congrats. Love that child. Do your best. And support your kid and all that good stuff. Anyway, what else? 4 minutes until the break. What else should I talk about? I want a frowning emoji. Does anyone else want that? Why can't I do a winking frown? There's so many fucking emojis now. They got this emoji, which is small dick. They got fucking the hand open one, which is like gaping vagina, right? They got small dick and gaping vagina right now, right? No, I don't know. I don't think they have the gaping vagina. What the fuck is that even? What's that? Just like this? Anyway, they got small dick though, and then I think they got I don't know. They got like blood. They got a blood emoji. Here's the thing. Why don't they have a winky face frown? Because that's all I want to send people is a winky face frown because it's the most uncomfortable thing you could possibly imagine. And it doesn't make any sense. If I imagine that. How horrifying is that? But that should exist. That should exist on social media. Anything you can type in with the keyboard should exist as an emoji. Anything that looks like a face should then transform into a fucking pre-made yellow emoji that they've already thought about in their brain. Blood. I can't make blood out of fucking, numbers and signs. I can make a frowny face wink, though. If I can make it out of symbols, you need to make it into an emoji, okay? That should be law. That should be the law of Google/Facebook/internet. Fuck you fucking Google page. Fuck. What am I talking about? I said that to my friend the other day. He goes, "No, dude, no." He was so against it. He was so just like, "No, they shouldn't make that. And if they do make that, I'll be angry." And which is even more of an incentive, Zuckerberg, to make that emoji so that I can piss off my friend. Zucky, don't you want to piss people off? It seems like your major motivation in life is to figure out how we can get everyone so fucking angry that they use your goddamn service. Am I wrong on that? And you got Instagram going towards a more pay-to-play model. Everyone's freaking out about the fucking business accounts. If you switch to a business account, does it hurt your reach? Does it hurt your... Everyone's freaking the fuck out because nobody knows. Nobody knows how any of this voodoo works. It's all new shit. Everyone's pretending like they know. I've been watching all these goddamn videos about, like, I went into the YouTube rabbit hole of social media marketers, and it's all these people preaching the secret to social media, but all of them have, like, not that big. They have a bigger following than me, but it's not big enough of a following for me to go, you got the secret. And even the ones with a gigantic following, it's like, I don't understand your job. Like, your job is showing uninteresting people how to have a bunch of followers. But why do you have followers? Because you have a picture next to a Lamborghini? Because you're in a pool? I don't get it. What are these What are these fucking pictures where someone has a coffee? It's somebody else taking a photo of you on your laptop at a Starbucks with a coffee next to you, and it's like, let's talk about anxiety. Anxiety is a crippling factor in all my work, but at the same time, it's what fuels me. It's what motivates my journey every day, and every day is a step towards the great beyond, and the great beyond is the success that I thrive for, and you are my followers, and I love you so much, and thank you for the support. And you're always like, what are you typing, dude? What the fuck are you typing? Nothing interesting. Are you typing the caption that we see right now? Because your job is posting these pictures. What the fuck are you typing? Who are you emailing? Your job is, hey, let's get some juice and take a picture in front of it. Hopefully with an attractive woman and her boobs are next to the juice. That's your job. So what the fuck are you typing on that laptop? Hashtag, what are you typing, dude? That's what we got to start that fucking hashtag. What are you typing? And we need to blast that on people's Instagrams where they're fucking on their laptop and they have gelled back hair, and in the picture next to it, they're with a model, and it's like, hey, you have to be the greatest sacrifice. What the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, that's the end of the first half. We're going to go to the second half right now. I'll see you in a second. What's up? And we're back. How's it going, guys? Okay, so, yeah, I don't know what those social media marketers are doing. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Gary Vee seems like a nice guy, and it seems like he knows what he's saying. And actually, he gave me some good tips. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm a comedian. I mean, I guess a comedian's an entrepreneur, but I don't know if these tactics work for me. Also, I don't know if I want to, I don't know, man. I don't know. Social media is a weird fucking thing. It's a weird necessity in all of our lives. And it's just like, I don't know. We're getting to the point, too, now where people, like, think they're hot shit because they have a couple thousand followers. Like people will look at you differently based on how many people fucking follow you. Like we're all running our own little cults. It's so weird. And most of the people I notice on Instagram who have a lot of followers, they don't have a lot of substance to them. I guess low level. That's not true. People with a giant following, I think they got some. I mean, I like The Rock and Kevin Hart. I was looking at their social media, and they know what they're doing, and they're definitely giving value in their shit. But giving value. I've never said that before. I watched fucking Gary Vee, and now I watched Gary Vee, and Gary Vee is like this motivational social marketing entrepreneur. He's the guy, you might have seen his viral video. It's like, don't make tomorrow the day. Do it today. Monday. Make Monday your bitch, or whatever the fuck he says. I don't know. I don't remember. Make Monday you hate Mondays. Make Monday a day you love. Hit the grind. Grind. He's one of those guys who's like talks about the grind. And but he's one of the more successful guys who do that. He spawned a bunch of other fucking weird fake entrepreneurs. And some people say he's a charlatan and he's fake, but I don't know. He seems like he knows what he's talking about. I mean, the tips he gives make more sense than the tips other people give. And when you apply the tips he says, they do seem to work a little bit, at least. Also, there's so many people who are like, give me the secret, and they like half try what the person says online, and then they blame the person, go, oh, I did what you said, it didn't fucking work. And it's like, well, you did it for like half a second one day, so you didn't really try it. You know what I'm saying? These people are giving you a formula to do for like 2 years straight, and then you see what the fuck comes of it. If you do it for like a week and there's little to no change, you do it for a second week, you fuck. Do it for at least a month before you're like, this doesn't work at all. You know? I don't know. It's like I've been doing this podcast. If I suddenly was like, what the fuck, dude? My podcast didn't blow up. It's like, dude, no one knows who the fuck I am. You know? Put things in perspective, because there's nothing that will deter you more than lofty and delusional expectations. Like when I started this podcast, I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to get Joseph Rogan numbers from the gate. Like, Look at somebody like Joe Rogan. He did his podcast for fucking ever. And it's only in the past 3 years, three to 5 years, that he became like this millions of listeners podcaster. Like I remember listening to his podcast a couple of years ago, and it was still, I mean, it was like a bigger podcast than other ones, but it wasn't like nearly as fucking gigantic as it is now. And all the comedians I loved, I like a bunch of comedians I really like that have popular podcasts now. I remember starting to watch them like 2 or 3 years ago, and they weren't that big. And they're people who people know already. You know what I'm saying? They have an established market, and it still needs time to grow. I don't have any. I have a very small amount of people who know who the fuck I am, and I'm getting a decent amount of listeners. I love you guys for that, and I love this whole process. I love having new people come up to me and say they like the podcast. I love having people message me. Like it's awesome, and I appreciate the shit out of it. And like knowing that you guys are listening and enjoying this fucking makes me so happy, and it makes me continue to do this because I don't know. I just doing this makes me feel like I'm being myself. And in my opinion, if there's no outlet to be yourself, there's no real reason to be around. In my opinion, I think that everyone should strive to be themselves. And I've already talked about this before, so I don't want to pontificate. We only have so much fucking time in a podcast, but yeah. Anyway, just I guess what I'm saying is people have weird expectations, weird, lofty, crazy expectations. I've been guilty of it before. I did a web series 3 years ago that, wow, I'm getting real fucking honest with you guys, but I did a web series 3 years ago that I really liked doing and I really enjoyed it, and I had weird expectations for that didn't make any fucking sense when I should have just been focusing on continuing to do it because it was growing. It was growing and people liked it. And for some reason, I lost sight of that and I was like, well, I don't know if people like it. And I got so wrapped up in my fucking head that I stopped doing something that I really enjoyed doing. And I can tell you right now, don't ever do that. That's such a mistake and it's so stupid. It doesn't make any sense because if you continue to do the thing that you enjoy solely because you enjoy it, good will come from that. It might not be the good you think. It may not be monetarily good. It may not be the admiration or whatever the fucking bullshit that you want from it, but you will notice good things from it. When you do things that make you feel better as a human and make you feel creatively fulfilled and authentically fulfilled, I don't know, that sounds a little douchey, but when you do things that make you feel like you're really expressing yourself, good will come out of that. It'll manifest. What am I talking? I'm saying weird guru shit. I'm fucking... Don't listen. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. I'm getting weird now. But anyway, social media marketers are weird, huh? What the fuck are they typing? Why are you taking a picture of your butt and saying, I'm just worried about the kids without food? Anyway, Instagram went down, huh? That was pretty cool. Hashtag Instagram down. Hashtag Black Hawk down, dude. That was it's also interesting because this was like the week where I was like really getting into all that Instagram shit, like all those videos of social media marketing and stuff, and then this is the week it goes down. It's almost like I freaking manifested, dude. It's almost like Instagram couldn't handle the fact that I had all the secrets, my guy. Once I got all the secrets, it's like Instagram shut itself the fuck down because it was afraid of my output, bro. No, but Instagram going down, let me tell you something. That was the closest we'll ever get to a worldwide snow day ever. Hopefully it happens again because I would like another social media snow day. How good did that feel? Right? Didn't it make you go, I mean, for me, it made me go like, oh shit, I can't go on this thing. But then I thought, oh, I don't have to really post anything because I can't post anything. And then I don't really have to worry about posting anything or like people reacting to it. Like I don't have to engage in this. And then I just got a big smile and I was like, oh, dude, oh, cool. I don't know. And I felt a huge weight off my back and I was like, oh, none of us have to, like I like Instagram and I like posting stuff and having people see it and people reacting. I like being able to talk to people. But at the same time, it was like, oh, cool. It's like a thing I can't do. So it's not there. I don't know. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like when you have a snow day, you're like, oh, fuck, I don't have to go to school today. Like I'll have to go tomorrow. And I'm glad I go to school. Like even though I don't like school that much, I need school. I need to learn. And it's going to benefit me in the long haul. But at the same time, I'm really happy I don't have to go today. That's exactly how I felt about Instagram going down. I mean, I like Instagram and it will, have a good effect on just, making people see my stuff and them liking it, and we'll all be happy together. It'll be a good, fun structure together, fans and people, and this is nice, but at the same time, it's like, oh, it's kind of cool that I don't have to fucking engage with it at all today. I kind of love it. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. This is a weird one this week, guys. But Instagram, yeah, I don't know. Instagram's weird. Makes people feel bad about themselves, Nothing will make you feel uglier than being on fucking Instagram just looking at these dudes who are... You know what's weird? The social media marketer or the social media gurus or whatever the fuck they are, the entrepreneur business dudes who like have bad bodies, but they know that you're supposed to take like brolic shots, so they do anyway. Like the guys who don't go to the gym, obviously, because look at the fucking pillowy body they have, which I'm not. I got kind of a pillowy, I'm getting thick, dude. I'm not the muscular man I once was, but these dudes, they take pictures at the gym, and you're like, did you go to the gym just to take that picture? Because I know that you told someone to take a pic. I know that you weren't on your laptop, that you took your laptop out and said, hey, man, can you take a picture of me? You probably asked the fucking barista, hey, can you take a picture of me on my laptop? And the person was like, why? Are you doing work or something? He goes, oh, no, people take pictures of themselves on a laptop, so that's what you do. That's what you do. You take pictures on a laptop. That's what you do. That's how you get followers. Also, the people liking those photos, what the fuck are you liking? The fact that he's on the grind? And then it's all it is a bunch of other people liking your shit because they want you to like their shit. And then it's not a process of oh, you're putting out content that I like and I'm getting something out of. It's just, hey, I'm going to like your shit, so you like my shit, and it's just like this superficial feeding fest. It's all for what? So that you can get a brand deal? And then what do you do with your brand deal? Hey, a bunch of people follow me because they also want followers, and we're all trying to have like this weird, intangible fame that doesn't make any sense and is built off nothing. I don't get it, dude. I don't fucking understand what the appeal is there, what the goal is there. Once you get 1 million followers and all of your pictures are you next to cars you don't own and with models you don't know the names of and in pools that's owned by someone else and you sitting in front of laptops where the screen is blank and you're pretending to type, what then do you have? And I'm not judging you. I get it. You want I have that. I want people to look at me. Obviously. You don't do a podcast or do stand up or fucking every comedian is like to a degree of it. It's just, hey, can somebody listen to me? Can somebody look at me? I just want to say something. I want someone to hear it. I get what you're doing, but it's like, I don't think that's the way to do it, man. I don't get how that's the way to do it. It's just so superficial. Like you're making yourself a superficial commodity, and I don't think you should do that. I think you're worth more than that. I think any person is worth more than being seen as a dude with fucking abs in a pool, or a woman with a nice ass and breasts and she fucking has a coffee in between them. Like you're better than that, I don't get it. And I guess, yeah, do make your money, do make your living, but I just don't see, I don't, and maybe I'm just the asshole. Maybe I'm a fucking cunt. Maybe I'm the dumb fucking British cunt. I don't know, but I don't get it. And who knows, man. I don't know. I guess everyone has their own grind. I don't know. Then people like those people. I don't know. Just a lot of times I'm like, what are we doing? As a society. This is a really ranty, weird podcast, guys. I apologize if you're listening right now going, all right, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. Where's the funny? Maybe there's no funny. Sometimes there's no funny on this podcast. Sometimes it's just me saying fucking things, man. Me just saying ideas that I'll forget tomorrow or won't have tomorrow. But yeah, it's weird. And then people on social media, I don't know. They just send emojis with hearts or fire, and it's not really like you're not really reacting to what the person's saying, and I don't know. There's good sides of social. Like I follow a lot of accounts that are people putting stuff out. There's people doing. I guess with any field, there's assholes. I don't know, but that's the thing. But there's no one of substance in social media marketing that I see. It's like I see people who are like poetry. There's a lot of Instagram poets. Some of them are really fucking awesome. I really like them a lot. And then some of them are dog shit, and they're full of shit, and their poems are all just like, you were at the bar, and I am the man that you never saw, but we need to be together. See me at the sign that says hello, and I will be the sign that says yes, and we will be together till the last drop of our drink says hope. And you're like, hey, dude, you suck. Hey, man, that poem sucks, and fuck you. What are you doing? Stop writing poetry so girls like you. You know what I'm talking about? If you write poetry, have it be because you want to say something from your fucking soul. Don't write poetry to be like, hey, I hope this girl knows how much pain I feel, and maybe I could fuck a girl because she thinks I have pain in me. Don't do that, you idiot. You fucking be more interesting, you fuck. I'm sorry, I'm getting aggressive. It's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's your angle, dude? That's your angle? Is your purpose? You're writing poetry not because you like it. You're writing poetry to fucking get laid? Fuck off, dude. I am just an ocean waiting for your canoe. Fuck you, dude. No, you're not. You're some dude who wants to put your penis in as many vaginas as you can. Why can't you just say that? That should be your poem. My penis is a withered cock that is looking for as many vaginas as possible. I'm not the best dude. I really don't respect women, but I want to have sex with them. Are you reading this poem? Yes? Okay. Just wanted to cut through the bullshit for once, and instead of making a euphemism about an ocean, say, hey man, I'm just looking to fuck. Do you want to? That's what you should do, buddy. Okay? If you're one of those fucking fake suave douches as an Instagram poet, do that, man. Be upfront about who you are. You deceitful asshole. Jesus Christ. Fucking You sicken me. You sicken me. The guys who were like, you deserve the greatest man of all time. He does not see who you truly are. You are worth 1,000,000 gold pieces, and I am the banker with the coin to buy you. Or whatever the fuck they say. You are broken. He doesn't see it. You are worth more than he will ever know, worth more than him. He's lucky to be with the soul that exists for 1,000 people. You, the one love of all loves that I must love. What the fuck, dude? It'd be okay if you believed that, but you don't believe that. You're saying something to women so that you can seem like this guy you aren't. Okay? It's deceitful, dark, fucked up shit. Don't do a shortcut, dude. Stop doing shortcuts. Respect a woman enough to be honest with her, you fucking idiot. Whatever, man. You know what it is? I hate people, men, women, whoever the fuck. But in my experience, it's been a lot of guys I've known, and I have to say to them, what are you doing? They say what a woman wants to hear because they think that that's what you're supposed to do. And it isn't, you idiot. You don't respect someone that you don't tell the truth to. Okay? So why are you building a relationship with somebody who you don't respect enough to disagree with? How is that? That's the most misogynistic shit I know of. That's the shit that's really misogynistic that I feel like people don't bring up. If you have an opinion about something and you're in a relationship where you don't voice it, you don't respect that woman. And if you're a guy, you don't respect that. Or if you're whatever, whoever you date, you don't respect your partner if you aren't honest with them. Okay? And if you're living that life of, you just gotta agree, shut the fuck up and grow up. Grow some fucking, I guess, balls, man. Grow some, but all people need to grow some balls. I mean it in the metaphorical fucking sense of grow some strength. Some respect for yourself. You don't respect yourself if you're dating someone for years that you can't tell, hey, I fucking don't like what you're saying right now. I don't know. What am I even saying? Do you guys know what I'm saying? Because I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying half the time. I'm confused on what the fuck I'm talking about. So all I know is I'm saying fuck a whole hell of a lot. Anyway, let me drink some water. You guys use these paper straws? I used paper straws for the first time the other day because I was at a bar in Brooklyn. So, you know, they're not gonna have paper straws at a bar in Manhattan. Manhattan doesn't give a fuck about the environment, but Brooklyn does. It's like two separate worlds, Brooklyn and Manhattan nowadays. One is like ultra liberal, and then Manhattan is like people who come in from Westchester, but also, you know, like moderately liberal people, and then Brooklyn is just like very liberal. We use paper straws. Which, you know, I don't have a problem with any of it. You know, I don't really have a problem with people's political beliefs. Just don't hate people, you know? If you're political, if you have political opinions that veer off into like racism and being a piece of shit and like, you know, I've talked about this before. Don't be homophobic or racist. Just don't do those things, you know? Accept people. Anyway, so paper straws. And here's the thing about paper straws. When you first get them, they're sturdy and they're good. And then when you start drinking something with them, they kind of get like damp and hard to drink through. And I just thought, you know, hey, who would have thought that paper straws and liquid would kind of not work well together? Who would have thought that paper absorbs water and makes it damp and hard to use? Hey, you know what we should make straws out of? That material that changes its shape when it gets damp. Let's make straws out of that. What? Hey, how about you use metal straws? You know what pisses me off about the paper straws? It's people. Most drinks you don't need straws for. We just use straws in them. Like most alcoholic beverages, you could just drink out of the glass. You don't need fucking straws. I get, maybe it's a, I mean, you know, it's a, I guess certain people might say like for lipstick and shit, you want to get your lipstick messed up. But at the same time, you can reapply lipstick, right? Or, you know, or bring a metal straw with you. That's what we really should do. Everyone should just bring a fucking metal straw with them. And if you really like straws, if you really like a fucking straw, bring a metal straw with you to every place you go to and use it. And that way we can get rid of all straws. Okay? All straws go to heaven. All dogs go to heaven. All straws go to heaven. Why am I saying those two things together? Who the fuck knows? But that, if we really gave a shit, that's what we would do. Or bars would get metal straws. I understand at like a Starbucks, you can't get a metal straw because people are buying coffees and leaving. But if you're at a bar, you're drinking at that bar, have metal straws, okay? You could clean them just as quickly as the glasses. You just dip them into the bleach or whatever the fuck you dip them into. Dude, have you ever watched someone clean glasses at a bar? They do it for they're not clean. I mean, maybe if that's the way you can clean shit quick, I don't know why we all just don't do that at our houses. Fill the fucking sink up with whatever cocktail they use and just dip your glasses in it and you're done. You don't even have to scrub anything. It's the swiftest way to clean anything ever. I don't know why we aren't all on the bar back system of cleaning goddamn glasses. Anyway, you could do the same thing with metal straws. You just dip them in and it's fucking good, dude. But instead we get paper straws, which, by the way, paper comes from trees. I don't know if you guys have known this, but apparently since I've been a young child, we've had a tree shortage, you know? People have been cutting down rainforests. Is that still happening? I feel like when I was a child, it was forced down my throat constantly. Hey, dude, there are not going to be any trees anymore. We're all going to fucking lose oxygen and die. And now people are like, no more plastic straws. Let's do paper straws. Aren't paper straws still fucking bad, dude? Why don't we just go to metal straws and then we don't have to keep reproducing them, and then people can either bring their own straw or use the fucking metal one at the bar. And then if they go, oh, but it's not clean enough, well, you can get your own then, you fucking piece of shit. You want to save that turtle? Buy your own fucking metal straw then, you dumbass. Yeah, metal straws, man. I think we should do that. I mean, at McDonald's, I don't really need the straw for the you don't really need straws. They're kind of a luxury item. Don't you think? I don't know. Do what you feel, man. I mean, I still use plastic straws. You might hate me for that. I'm not talking as somebody who is without the sin of plastic, but I'm just saying, man, if we're going to make changes, let's make more permanent ones, you know? Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the podcast this week. It was a weird, rambly one. But I love you guys, and I'll see you next week with the good camera, and I'll be a much prettier man. Oh, I love you guys. All right, see you next week.
Jake, you're an idiot. Jake, you don't make any sense. Jake, you're a piece of shit.